East Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at NETsn.live.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to NETsn's first ever live watch along with Bret and CM. It's your boy Bret here. Got CM Corey Marshall with me. Corey, Rito, watch some hoops with our NETsn peeps.
Yeah. Hoops on it. Today's not Friday. I keep thinking today.
It is a Friday. It is Friday.
My week's been all over the place.
It is definitely a Friday. We're here. This is something new. We're going to give a shout out to try, and hopefully everyone will tune in and join us.
Absolutely.
As we have an all East Texas Whataburger Boys Blue Bracket final between Chapel Hill and Bullard. And Corey, both teams have beat some pretty good teams along the way. So this could be a good one here this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm. Anytime is championship time. I would say it's championship Saturday, but it's a Friday, so I think that's what's throwing me off because a lot of championship games are going on Friday today. But anytime you're playing for a championship this early, midway through the season, right before district, it's a good sign. Sometimes you're playing maybe not your best basketball, but considering the fact that those guys just came back from football, it's a good sign that they're playing some good basketball at this point. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is here, and kind of get us back going here. It's going to be a good one. I really think that Chapel Hill and Bullard, it's kind of a old district game, no longer a district game, and so I'm interested to see.
Chance to play each other this year. So
it's going to be very interesting to see how this one turns out. Like I said, we'll just be live. We'll be basically calling the game from our comforts of our own homes. Yeah, so it's going to be
got the NETsn. I got my hat this time. Can't make fun of me this time.
Yeah, we're ready. We got about 2 minutes till tip off. Thank you everyone for joining us. Give us some feedback today of how you enjoy enjoy this telecast here. We will have chats open. Chats are available like we do on our weekly shows. So chat with us. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're watching the game from. We're joining in if you're from Bullard, Chapel Hill, White House, Lindale, Tyler, wherever you're at. Just chat in here and let us know that you're enjoying tonight's broadcast here. Going to call you. Are you Peyton or Eli, Corey?
I am CM. I don't want to call it. I'm the special guest that's on the show, the Peyton Eli, because I can't be either one of those guys. I can only be me.
Well, I don't know why all of a sudden that I'm at your boy CM. I need to change my name here.
Right.
People
I don't know what's going on with that.
People are gonna confuse us.
Right. There's only one of me. There can only be one of me.
There we go. Got about a minute till tip. Chapel Hill come to this game. Let's see who they beat. They beat Canyon Randall.
Canyon Randall was number 9 in Class 4A. They took care of Canyon Randall and Lytle.
Easter last night and Lytle before that. So 3 ranked teams. Bullard knocked off Ponder to start the tournament. Then they beat who they beat last night? They beat Brock
last night.
Hitchcock and Brock.
Night before last night was Hitchcock.
Yeah, so that's the 3 teams that they've. Let's go ahead and just get our sound going here and let's bring us in for the starting lineups here.
2 very good wins. I know we're not going to talk about this a lot. We're not going to talk about it, but there's some very good basketball in this tournament. Whataburger tournament's been around for a long time. It's very good basketball. The team that Chapel Hill beat were very, very much so competitive. And Bret, you and I talked about this a long time. Classifications almost doesn't matter in basketball. Good basketball travels.
It's not as big a deal as football. You don't get as many people. It's not as big a deal as
football.
You get 5 guys on the court. That's all you need.
So you can play anywhere, anytime, any place, and they plays against a good competition. So winning, trying to win a basketball game at this time, especially after football season, when 95% of your team is playing football, and they come in and play against the teams that's been in the gym, since September. It makes a big difference, and these are some good wins. So, and then on top of that, they're playing against an opponent that they're very familiar with. So that makes a big difference too. Coach Johnson and then Coach Knuckles have scored off against each other twice already in the past year, so they know each other's programs very well.
Yeah, it should be a really good game. We've had some pretty good ones in these contests in the past couple of seasons, so should be nothing different here. What do you look for in the keys of this one, Corey?
Oh, I had keys written down. I did. Right. Man, surprise, number 1, rebounding. You can't win without rebounding. I don't care what anybody says. It's not like football. Offense wins games, yes, but you have to have rebounding. Rebounding is very important in basketball. Number 2, half-court execution. We're going to have to score in the half-court regardless. And I'm just speaking on Chapel Hill's behalf right here currently. Going to have to score in the half-court. And, of course, bring some hardware home. This is on Chapel Hill's side as well. Now, on Bullard's side is going to be very interesting. Bullard's going to want to have to, out-rebound Chapel Hill, obviously. Chapel Hill's going to have a bigger front court than they do. But on top of that is execution as well. Stay the course. Chapel Hill's going to try to bring in pressure defense. And number 3, in the tie with them. You want to beat an opponent you played several times before, so you definitely want to beat them again. So this is that thing. Bring some hardware home.
Well, and Lane Alexander with the early 3 there in the corner.
It's a big shot.
Chapel Hill went in. They went inside that first possession with Mumphrey. That's where they want to go with the size. So I like the first possession for Chapel Hill. They just weren't able to convert, and Bullard got what they wanted. Of course, they are going to hit a lot of threes today. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to. And that's a nice answer there from Javen Mayfield.
It's a big shot by Javen Mayfield. He's had a good tournament thus far.
There we go. Chapel Hill man-to-man defense. No surprise there.
Good mid-range shot, good rebound.
Rebound's going to be important for Chapel Hill. They can't give Bullard extra possessions. Had some trouble rebounding in some of these tournament games.
And I'm anxious to see if Bullard can actually stop Chapel's fast break. And me and I talked about this several times off mic and off camera. The importance of scoring versus half court and in full court. Because if you cannot score in the half court, you gotta score for. You gotta create opportunities for you to score each possession, and you're gonna want to score in the full court. So let's see if Chapel is going to get out and run, and let's see what Bullard's going to do to stop him from doing that.
Oh, almost tried to come up with the offensive rebound and couldn't hang on to it there. So Chapel Hill will take the possession back. We'll see how many players. I haven't seen Bullard play this year very much. A little bit in this tournament. We'll see how deep they go.
Yeah. They go about 7 guys. It's a tight rotation.
So it should be pretty evenly on both ends because Chapel Hill goes about 7 deep as well. So. It's good defense by Bullard there. It's interesting that they're not playing zone. I thought they might come out in the zone defense. But they're going to start out in man.
It's very important that Chapel Hill keeps an eye on Garrett Knuckles. He is a Midwestern State commit. Very good basketball player at East Texas. And Bullard's got some highlighted games coming up. And Bullard is number 22 in the state as well. So I don't want to say it's a friendly game. All the games are friendly, so to speak. It's going to be competitive. If you're Coach Johnson, I'm getting my guys up because this game could really get you going in the district if you can get a really good win versus some ranked teams. And this is a 4A ranked team here. You can get a really good win going into district on a neutral ground. You kind of get some momentum going into district time and get some wins.
Yeah. It's a pretty good measuring stick of where they are right now.
Absolutely.
Say. This is an early season since Chapel played so long in the football playoffs. It's a tough shot there.
Yeah, he's used to making those shots. We've seen him make those shots. Good kick out.
Mumfrey, nice rebound.
You want your best players to make plays, and they've got to convert those. 3-3 game right now. Both teams trying to fill each other out and see what works. We've already seen Bullard. They've been good steal there.
A nice defense from the backside there. Turnover for Bullard. I think they got to get Huddleston some touches down there. He's too big for this game. Tough shot there.
Kind of want to talk about it a little bit. I mean, the post repost. If you want to post, it's a good shot too.
Alexander hits another 3, and he's got 6 early for Bullard.
And Chapel is not a 3-point shooting team, so if you're going to compete tonight, you're going to have to make shots, and you got to make those shots. But Bullard's not going to allow Huddleston to be comfortable inside the paint. So the further he is away from the basket, the higher the percentage, the least higher percentage of shot. So they want to try to get him the ball close to the cylinder as possible, and that's the only way he's going to score much in the paint because they're not going to let him get too close.
It's like they bounced the ball on the line there. So it's going to go back to Bullard. That's a tough one right there. It's a good idea to try to get the ball to him. Just got to watch where your passes are. So halfway through this first quarter, we got 3 3-pointers, 2 for Bullard and 1 for Chapel Hill.
Yes, it's too easy. Good way to break.
Yeah, that's another one for Alexander. He's got all 8 points so far.
He's a sharpshooter.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore too.
That's a very good shot by Mayfield. He gets into the paint, gets into the teeth of the defense, pulls up a good jump shot. That's a good bucket.
So right now we've got Lane Alexander 8, Javen Mayfield 5. So it's back and forth battle here between those two so far.
Good steal.
Oh, nice. Nice move.
Good jump shot.
Oh, nice for
Barry.
It
came out, those are very good. Both teams are shooting the ball pretty well from inside, so that's not bad.
Good quality ball so far.
It's a wide shot. Let's see. Now let's see if they can score in transition.
We gotta get up the floor though.
Yeah. And see, those are possessions that you want to steal. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
you can outrun the other opponent, you got to get it and go. You got to score. You got to score in those possessions where they're not. You got to. Those are basic points you got to steal.
Just stay with Chapel Hill. It's like
The hustle's coming out.
so the younger Knuckles kid checking in. It'd be interesting to see how much he contributes. Gage, number 11. He's a freshman, brother of Garrett. So
He's a coach's son. He's going to do just fine.
yeah,
Anytime, if he was in 8th grade, he'd still play. He's a coach's son. He's going to do just fine. I promise you.
he's played against Big Brother enough, probably
Right.
too. Very good look there.
Good rebound.
Just in and out.
It's a good shot.
And it's Brooks for 2.
He just basically shot over him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure this Chapel Hill lineup. They went small. It's another good shot there. Like Tyson Berry with another good shot. And he's came on. He's played well this tournament too. Okay, here we go.
Oh, the steal.
And so that's what I was saying earlier too. It's you got to convert those. Those are points you got to steal. Even when you get a steal, you got to take those points. You got to score in the fast break. You got to score that way. The way Bullard plays, they can score. And they have the ability to shoot the ball. And Chapel hadn't been in the gym long enough. A lot of the guys are for football. So you want to score as many points you possibly can. And if it's hard enough to get in the teeth of the defense, especially if they're playing the zone, you want to get in the goal. You want to score as many, you want to have as many opportunities you want to score. And getting in the full court is one of the better ways to do that. So I don't know. I run. I'm ready to run. If I'm Coach Johnson, I'm telling them to run a little bit.
I mean, if you're watching today's game, chat with us, comment, let us know you're watching. We have
Absolutely.
our chat going here. We'll conversate back and forth with you if you've been on any of our shows before. We like to hear from people that are watching.
Another offensive rebound. Thought that was a foul. It was a foul.
Good job. Yeah, they got a foul there.
Man, you can't give up any offensive rebound if you're Bullard. That rebound is very important. You don't want to keep giving them possessions.
Fouling Gage Knuckles. That was his first foul there. So,
And you played some meaningful games as well. How important is it making free throws? You know, when it's championship time or it's playoff time, how important is it making free throws in the game?
free throws are freebies, Corey. Give away free points.
Right. And especially in championship games like today, if you go to the line 20 times, you want to make at least 15 to 16.
Yeah.
You know, you want to make those free throws, especially today. Another good shot. Offensive rebound. Looks like that was Thompson again.
That's Brooks on
Brooks.
that one.
Offensive rebound they gave up.
Yeah. With 8 seconds left. Bullard up by 1. Ooh, gave him a too good a look there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Alexander's going to want that one back as they wind down here in the end of the first quarter. Corey, what do you think? First quarter, pretty good, evenly matched so far.
Yeah, I thought Bullets had. I thought it looked tough for Chapel Hill to make points or score points in the half court. Like I said before, it's still almost as if they're struggling to score a little bit. They've made the shots, and they've forced their way to make some good possessions and good shots, which is fine. You know, like I said, I wish them to, probably speed up the tempo a little bit. Bullard on the other end as well. They've made some 3-point shots, and they've got some offensive rebound putbacks. So it's kind of a filler ride. Who's whose mentality, not mentality, but whose game plan is going to stick out the most. So I'm anxious to see that.
Yeah, I think so far both coaches are probably going to be happy. They came out and they've executed pretty well on offense and defense. Both teams have made some shots. Both teams kind of given up a few offensive rebounds. I think you're right on the head. I mean, that's going to be a key. Both teams have got to block out and not give the opposition extra possessions. I mean, that's
Right.
when you're playing a good team like they are playing each other. You don't want to do that.
I said this is that time too. If you're Coach Johnson, it's that time too, and the guys on the bench too. It's an opportunity for you to be excited to play for a championship. A basketball, like, hey, this is a tournament championship. Get as much hardware as you possibly can and bring it home. You just got off the field less than a month ago. This is a great opportunity to bring something home. Like, this is a consolation for that. Bring it home. Get a championship. It's a good shot. It's actually a good play.
Yeah. It's like a free throw for Knuckles. I mean, it's his first point of the night.
It's a block. Pick and roll. That's the point right there. You got to take a charge. You see him coming, you got to stand there and take a charge. You're less than 6 foot tall. You're not gonna block his shot. Just go in there and take a charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brooks and Knuckles are primarily their go-to.
And then those are two possessions that you want back. Like I said, that sometimes that dictates winning championships. It's part of the game. You're not gonna block his shot. You jumping straight up is not gonna do it. Just sit there and take a charge.
Mm-hmm.
Force the official to make a call. It's either going to be a block or it's going to be a charge. But jumping straight up, you're not going to block his shot. That's not going to happen. So go in there, take a charge, and force the official to make the call. If he's going to make the call, you're good.
Yeah, so we got an early 17-11 lead for Bullard. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this afternoon's live watch along. Let us know what you think about it. This is a new thing for us. Just giving a shot from afar. We've been doing this ourselves for the past couple of days with these games, Corey. Just back and forth,
Right.
like, hey, why don't we got two East Texas teams in NETsn? Well, why don't we do it?
I mean, it kind of worked out perfect. Just boom, It's a game, championship game. So Friday, it's a little drive. So like, you're not gonna make the drive, of course not. But we both got lives and stuff, and well, hey, we could do this. And I was thought, me, I was kind of skeptical at first, and I'm like, what, we could do it. I don't mind calling a game. That's not it. I get to watch a game and call it at the same time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is awesome. I've done camera today already. We had a broadcast earlier. The Fruitville Big Sandy girls in Big Sandy. Fruitville got the win. K-Moo with Kyle and Jeremy got to.
Right.
I worked with a little shaky tripod this afternoon, but we got it done. We got the telecast. So if you want to go check that broadcast out, Jeremy and Kyle's first broadcast on the NETsn. Ooh, that shot.
Good shot. That's even better execution. That half-court execution that came out of the timeout. Nothing makes a coach smile more than coming out of timeout and executing the play that you drew up or executing the play that you call. That's good.
Yep.
The block.
Ooh.
Good call. Got a foul.
Yeah.
But that's what you want.
I think you're a little ahead of me, Corey.
Yeah, I got my TV on it too, so I'm watching.
I'm just watching straight on the stream. I was wondering. I was like, man, you know what's going on there. You call the block before you.
Yeah, I'm cheating a little bit. I was just gonna say that's kind of what you want in the fast break. I mentioned it earlier. Don't wait. Pitch it ahead. Get out in transition, and now look what happened. You got him in foul trouble. You got him to call a foul. Could have been an and one, but nonetheless, you go into the free throw line. You're shooting points and you're getting points on for free. So now, 6-0 run?
Maybe for Brisbane, yeah.
5-0 run.
There we go. It's a 5-0 run to start this quarter. Oh, good trap there, Brooks. Oh, throw down. Did it go in?
That was a block. That was a very good block.
Ooh. Man, I thought we had Dunk City, Corey. Get me excited here.
I thought so.
That's a good job by Kelly going up strong.
Absolutely.
If you're going to block that shot, you got to be really accurate with your block.
You can't. So when you got in the trap, the two things. Well, he stepped on the line. Oh, he stepped on the line. What he did. A couple of things. The good thing, if you look at Chapel, the good thing is Chapel Hill came out and they got a trap. And now what I like about the trap as well, they wait for it to develop and they went in hard and they trapped it. That's number one. Number two, Bullard, they stopped. And you can't stop in the trap zone and expect you to not turn the ball over. And they did exactly that. So Bullard's going to have to handle the pressure Chapel Hill's going to put on a little bit.
Yep, got another steal there on the press. It's kind of bothering Bullard so far.
I'd stick with if I'm Coach Johnson, I'd stick with it. And right now is where you want to go. You want to go inside. You got to get Huddleston involved. You got to go inside there. You got to get him post up a little bit.
Yeah, because he's not doing you any good standing there. He's not getting the post look.
You don't want to rush that shot. Yeah, he switched on the play, and that's not a good matchup.
Well, good defense, though, by Huddleston. Got to block out.
Rebound. Two offensive rebounds and getting a good putback.
Yeah. So a bucket for Tyler Lamberth. Yeah, this right here. See, Huddleston right there. He's got a post. They got to look for him a little bit.
That's the thing about it. He's not looking to receive the pass. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking to receive the ball, you'd want the ball. But he's not looking to receive the pass. He's running the play to run the play.
I mean, he's outsized everybody out there. That's going to be an offensive foul. I saw that from here. Brisbane just pushed off.
I call a quick timeout. I try to call a timeout here if I could.
Yeah, let's see. He's going to make a sub. He's going to bring Javen Mayfield back. Or he's going to bring back Lane Alexander and Drake Crest back in the game. Mumphrey's also going to return. So make a little substitutions and see if he can shake things up a little bit.
So this is what I was referring to earlier about the game, about scoring in the half court. And, you know, Chapel didn't score in the half court. They've missed on the last 3 possessions already. The last time they scored was on the free throw line. So now he's out of position when he catches the basketball.
See, this is right here. See, you can't post up from there. He's going to try.
He made a good move, but he's out of position.
Yeah. He had to work extra hard. If he'd sit down the block, he's got that guy outsized. And then you're in position for a rebound, too, if it doesn't come to you. That was better there by Huddleston. I like that at least he got down and tried to get down there.
Made a good move, but naturally you wouldn't want him to have to make that type of move if he's closer to the basket.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's fancy, but you don't have to do as much if you're at the block versus right middle between the wing and the block.
It's another basket by Trevor.
Ooh, he's coming out hitting today. He's got 6 early. If Chapel Hill can make shots like that and work the press, they can stay in this game, even though it's kind of a little bit, the lead's kind of gotten a little bit out there for Bullard. That's a tough shot there from Barry.
Yeah.
I like the aggressive attack, but there really wasn't a whole lot there.
No, it wasn't a whole bunch, and that's the thing about that. You got to try to find that.
And I'm sure that's what Coach Johnson's telling him right now. I was talking to him a little bit there as he came off the court. He's never going to tell him not to be aggressive because that's Tyson Berry's game. He's just got to know when he can attack and try to score, or when he can attack and kick. He gets his guys some wide open looks with that, because I've heard the defense is gonna swarm in, and because nobody's quick enough on Bullard to stay with Barry one-on-one.
Exactly.
So he's gonna draw extra defenders. So he's gonna leave his guys wide open shot. I mean, Brooks is feeling it right now. You want to maybe get him the ball, give him a heat check. He's 2 for 2 from downtown. So,
And I'm gonna be honest, Chapel Hill's not built to outshoot Bullard. You know, they're not going to outshoot Bullard. So
but they get the right looks.
You get the right looks. If you can create stops, if you can get stops, and like I said, if you want to score in transition, get stops, maybe you can kind of equal some of the points or the shot selects they have, because if they put up that many shots, you want that many opportunities as well to score. And like it's, they're 3 weeks out of football, so everything's not going to be perfect.
Yeah. Well, and I've talked to Coach Johnson a bit over text, and he said that they're working on stuff, which I get it. I mean, you probably had more games than practices almost.
Absolutely. That's a good shot. It's a big shot, as a matter of fact. Tough shot.
Yeah. That's a knuckle shot there. That's the thing with him. He doesn't need an open space. He just needs a space.
They're basically playing the foot in the lane, Bullard is, and they're forcing Chapel Hill to shoot the basketball from the perimeter. It's a very good game plan, and they're not allowing them to score at all in the paint.
Scrappy ball came loose, and Huddleston had a chance there. He just couldn't finish.
And basically what they're saying is their shooters are not a threat. They'll give Chapel Hill 3-point shots, but they're not going to let them score in the paint. Good inside-out possession. It's a big shot.
Lane Alexander's having a good first half. He's got 11.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this, and there is nothing good ever came out of driving baseline. There's nothing good ever came out of driving. There's nothing there. Okay, it's a second defender, and that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. So there's no point in going baseline. Anytime you go, it's a trap zone, and there's nothing good ever came out of driving baseline unless you have it wide open. So there's nothing good ever accomplished by doing that.
He never jumped around and threw that baseline to baseline pass. So.
Only if you have a lane, but there's not a lane there, and it's like the 5th time they forced him baseline. He's went exactly there. So there's nothing good can come out of driving baseline.
Nice deep.
Another good shot.
Alexander's having a half. He's got 14 of the 31 points.
So right now, that's the time you want to get him the basketball. That's when you got to post hard. That's when you want to post hard right there. There's nobody else in the paint. You got to post hard right now. If you're going to give him the basketball, that's a post hard right now. They got to look for him. They got to find him there. If you want to score in the paint, you got to find him there. The rebound.
It was a good box there, yeah. Well, got to finish those, though. Got to finish those easy ones. So Bullard's going to take a 31-19 lead at the half. All right, Corey. What are your thoughts about that?
Exactly what I was thinking. Rebounding and shooting. Offensive rebounding, Bullets had the opposition to rebound the basketball. They've been getting opportunities to score in the half court. And I told you, we've already told you about that. That was one of Chapel Hill's keys, was scoring in the half court. And like I said, that's a problem that they have, because Bullard is not going to allow them, with their size, they're not allowing them to score any points in the paint. They're basically forcing them to shoot from beyond the arc. So if that's the case, you need to speed up the tempo a little bit and try to score in the full court. Bullard's having all the shots they want. They're breaking the press. After they break the press, they go inside out. Lane Johnson is having a career night. What is it? Lane? Is it Lane Johnson?
Alexander.
Alexander.
He's
Alexander.
got 14 points.
Yeah, he's got 14 points, and they're basically going inside out, and he's getting all the shots that he wants. So once they break the press, if you can break the press, someone's going to be open, essentially, because everybody's still behind you. And so that's exactly what Bullard's doing. They're taking their time, they're breaking the press, and they're getting all the shots that they want, especially three-pointers. So one or two things are going to have to happen. Chapel is not going to. I wouldn't stop pressing. I'd probably ramp it up, maybe ensure a trap or two. But at the end of the day, this is something that they've got. It's something that they got to talk about. But like I said, they've got to score some kind of way. They got to keep Bullard off the glass and prevent them from getting second chance shots, and then force them into making tougher shots than wide open three pointers.
Yeah, I think the key, I thought, and you said it, inside out. Chapel Hill's got to go more inside to create outside shots open, and even get easy layups. They've got guys. You're talking 6'5", 6'5", 6'5", 6'6". You've got 4 guys over 6'5" on the roster, and I don't know that we've got one entry pass to the post with a good post move.
No, and that's what we were saying earlier. Is if you're going to go inside out, if your post is not going to be a decoy, go to your post. And if you're a post, don't run the offense expect the basketball. If you're a threat, because I can tell you right now, if they were to get 3 or 4 post touches, other guys would have open shots because now the defense is expecting you to get the basketball.
It's also going to draw some fouls.
Exactly. Well, you also got to make free throws. If you draw fouls, you got to make free throws.
Well, but the thing is, if you put them in a strain, then Bullard's got to take some of these guys off the floor. You get some guys in foul trouble, then you're playing their second team. That's going to be an advantage for you. So nothing can be really bad from going inside if you do it correctly.
No, it's not.
If it's not there, if it draws a couple double teams, you kick it back out. You got open shots, or a guy trying to chase from another man helping over, head fake drive. Right. So it's going to leave something open, or they're going to score easy buckets around the hoop.
I wish we had an instant replay or somebody could draw on the screen because I saw it earlier. It's like we had a guy running baseline, and the defender for Bullard, he just kind of stopped midway. Like he's not chasing him. He's not chasing him all the way to the other side. He's stopping right in the lane. Like they're not allowing them to score either in the paint. And then flip side, we'll talk about Bullard a little bit. What they're doing well, after you break a press, and I'm a stickler on this myself. If you're gonna press, either you're gonna press and trap, or don't get in the press at all. Like don't allow them to break the trap every single possession, because if they break you down every single possession, they're gonna score. Somebody's open. That's exactly what Bullard's doing. If you're going to halfway trap, or if you're not going to apply enough pressure where you're trapping, when they did trap, Chapel had turnovers. They forced Bullard into turnovers. When they didn't, Bullard had an opportunity to break the trap, break the press, and then get wide open shots. That's exactly what happened. Alexander Johnson, he had the exact same thing. He had shots, and he made shots down the stretch. They forced the ball inside out, and of course they got some offensive rebounds and they scored. A lot of these things happen when you break the press. Bret, you know this. You don't want to get beat deep in the press. You don't want to be the last guy back, because the last guy back has to defend 2 or 3 people.
Well, he shouldn't.
So there's a lot of different things.
It shouldn't, because your front guys are supposed to sprint back door.
They're supposed to sprint back door. But if it doesn't, if you break the press, especially if you're playing against a team that can move the basketball, a pass can break any press. Yeah. The right pass can break a press. So you have to make the right pass, and this tilt here. So it once you break down that particular part of the press, the shots will start to come. And then of course you got to scramble. You got to know exactly where you're going to too. So a lot of it has to be stirred up. You're down by 12 points if you're Chapel Hill. It's scramble time. You got to get back in the basketball game.
Yeah. So you don't want to. I look to see more press. They need to. I want to say did what Fruitville did earlier in that girls game. They ran an incredible press, and I
Right.
talked to Jeremy and Kyle after the game on the radio broadcast a little bit about. They reminded me of a Tatum, a girls Tatum, where they rotated a bunch of bodies in and just pressed you full court the
No
whole game.
platoon sub, and they
Yeah,
just let it go.
where you basically just trap. You get through one trap, you rotate over, you trap. I mean, it was fun to watch. Coach Hodge over there at Fruitville's got a good group of girls, and they're gonna be something to watch for the next 2 or 3 years because they've got a lot of young girls. But what I was impressed with mainly is the fact that they knew how to run it, and they were stealing and making layups. I mean, I guarantee you probably 60-70% of their points were off steals, layups. And it's so easy to get back in a game like that. So Chapel can come out and force 2, 3, 4 turnovers and get some quick points. They're right back in this game.
But and this I'm gonna harp on this again. You have to score in the half court. You got to score in the half court. Like you gotta have a go-to play. You gotta have a tilt. You gotta have a matchup that you see. You gotta have it. You know, there's got to be something that you see there where you say, "This is where we're going to. We gotta go. We gotta go here. We've got to force it in there." Because if you don't, it's going to be the same thing by attrition. The bigs are no threat. You know, they're not threatening to rebound. They're not threatening. So they got to show big, and they got to get the ball in the paint. They've got to score those points. They've got to be a threat because that opens up everything else for other guys. Now lanes are opening up. Now that they guard those guys, but you're on the outside, you got to be telling guys too. If he goes inside out, you got to be ready to shoot the ball. You know, whether you're a shooting team or not, the opportunities happen, but you got to be ready to shoot the basketball.
Well,
so I'm anxious to see what type of adjustments either team makes.
We'll see. Here we go. 31-19. Here we got going here in the third quarter. Bullard's going to start with the ball here. See what kind of play they come out of half with.
And Chapel does a switch on defense. It works, but it doesn't. And this is why it doesn't work on this possession. You know, you have Huddleston guarding the guard. And so he gets beat off the dribble.
Yeah, Owen Thompson with a pretty easy layup there with his first bucket of the night for Bullard. And there's certain matchups that Huddleston can definitely switch on because he's quick enough.
But I don't want him switching on the guard though.
But your point guard. Your
big should never switch on the guard. That's not a good switch because that puts you out of position, and then you know he's dead leg. He's standing up straight. He's kind of hunched over a little bit. He's not gonna be able to get off. And the guard did a good job. He went straight to the basket. Well, I got a big on me. 9 out of 10 guards that can play, can dribble, they're going to the basket. You get an and one off of that. Now, if you're a big that blocks shots, you know, if you're I'm not saying Hudson's not a basketball player, but if you went straight ball, like you know what I'm talking about, you play ball a lot, that's a block. He's gonna pin that to the glass. So most good bigs or legitimate bigs, that's a block.
Yeah.
You know, unless the other guard is, you know, he's really good at switching hands or maybe drive to the basket. Most of the time on a higher level play, that's a block. He's gonna get that block.
Yeah, we'd like to thank everyone that's watching our broadcast this afternoon here as we have our first ever live watch along here with Bret and CM. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching today. Give us a subscribe. We have lots of good content. We'll be doing some more live games in the East Texas area this season, so check us out.
Get off the dribble again.
Ooh, Thompson. First 2 buckets of the half for Bullard.
And see right now, right now, you got to give it to him right now.
He's there.
It's there. You got to give him the basketball right there.
There it is. They're going to give it to him here. Problem is where he's at. Now he's got to work his move here, and they've got 3 guys on him now. But now give Brooks an open look.
The rebound. But I mean,
they got some good looks out of it, though. That was positive.
But he's got to be ready to make a play. He's not expecting the bat. You got to be ready to make a play. I got to sit down and be ready to make a move. You need one move. And then on top of that, Brady's left-handed. You
Yeah,
know, he's on the left hand block. He's left-handed. You know what exactly what I'm going to. It's one power dribble left hand, and it's either a dunk or layup.
a dunk, Corey. That's what I would be doing if I was six six.
Let's not go crazy. It's in college. I'm not expecting him to do that. If
Hey,
he does a
Corey, I'm
power
telling
dribble
you,
and then a dunk or drop
if
step and a dunk, you might as well play basketball with TCU.
If Brett Swinney was 6'6", I'd have been trying to dunk on folks every time I went to the rack. You know that would be the case.
You would have fouled out of the game. That's an offensive foul. I know you would have fouled out of the game. All right, let's see what we do with the trap. Yeah, Trevor Brooks has played well this game.
He leads all scores for Chapel Hill so far. So,
and see right there, and now you have to go see. I wouldn't abandon the trap. Don't abandon the trap. Trap him.
Good step over for Mumphrey there.
No. I see right now you're down by 13 points. You got to get into something right now. There's more continuity. You got to get into something right now and not stand and watch with the basketball. You got to get into something. Dribbling the basket, that's what happens when you stand around. You got to get into some kind of continuity.
Yeah. Right over there is. Oh, that's a nice move.
Good pass, good possession. Not a good shot.
Ooh. Starting to force things a little bit now.
Another good pass, bucket.
Then let your point guard get a rebound there. That was. It's a nice move. Oh.
See, this is the part where you don't want the game to get out of hand. You're down by 15 points. You don't want to get too desperate where the game gets out of hand, and you're playing into the hands of Bullard because now that they're calm, they got a 15-point lead. They don't have they're pretty much they can score anytime they want to on the offensive end. Good block. I thought it was a block, but way to go up strong.
It's a jump ball. Ooh, nice ball.
And that's the other thing too. He's a basketball player. He's gonna get that block.
Yeah, because he knows how to block without fouling.
He's know how to block without fouling. But I'm saying that possession, you want to pump fake, you know. Let's see what we got here in the inbounds. But see, I wanted to be a little bit more patient. And let the play develop.
Yeah.
Because
wasn't a terrible look.
No, it wasn't a terrible look, but you know, that's a good steal. But I want to let the play develop a little bit. The drive.
Right to the bucket.
There's got to be a foul or something. You got to finish that. But I live with it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, though, by the play develop, I'm still looking to get the ball to my big. And on that possession there, the big is coming over to the block. That's when you want to pass the ball back to the wing when he's about to post up. That's giving him the opportunity to do so.
Ooh. A little bit of the arm there for Huddleston. I like the aggressiveness, though.
Yeah, we've covered games before. We've covered Chapel before in the past. And one of the things we always alluded to was defending without fouling. Right? They've gotten better at doing so. But there's a difference between playing aggressive and defending without fouling.
Brooks there.
And Bullard came out with a press. That's good. Good shot.
Ooh. Nice move there by Mayfield. He's got 7.
Chapel, they're going to get back in the game. This is very important. This is a very important part right now when they get back. They got to get a good 5 or 6-0 run going.
I feel like it needs to be single digits. going
Yeah,
into the
they need to
fourth.
get it down, but get down to single digits, or at least not single digits. They need to get it down to at least maybe 10 before this quarter's over with. It's 2:59 left. They need to try to get it in a manageable score before this quarter's over with. You can't. You gotta get rebounds. It's
Mm-hmm.
another offensive rebound they gave up.
Giving extra possessions.
And
The
that
team,
can't happen. That cannot happen if you're trying to win a basketball game.
yeah, especially against a team like Bullard that can shoot so well. You give them an extra shot or two, they're not going to miss too many in a row.
I mean, just by eyeballing the game, they've given up about 12 offensive rebounds, and it's probably given Bullard about maybe 16 points total.
We'll see. This is a big stretch here coming down to the end of this quarter, Corey. I really think, I know you said you like 10. I really think it needs to be single digits.
Well, considering how they're scoring, I don't think 10 is attainable. Below 10 is attainable. I want to get them to a goal where they can actually reach it, because they're not scoring in the half court. They're not able to push the ball in the train because Bullard's getting back in transition. So they're not allowing them to score in transition. So, and then on top of that, they're not trapping hard enough to create steals and opportunities to get a possession to score in the half court. To score in the full court. So one of the others got to break. You got to do something. And then, of course, you got to get rebounds so you can push the ball in transition. You're not getting rebounds either.
Yeah. This is a big defensive stop right here coming out of this
Right,
timeout.
it's a very big defensive stop.
It's good hands by Brooks. So they're going to get their point guard, Owen Thompson, back in for Bullard. Call a foul? Is that on Mayfield?
I think it was a hold.
Yeah, they called a hold on Javen Mayfield there on the baseline.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Don't really usually see a whole lot of dead ball. Ooh. It's Knuckles again. He's got 9. He's only got 9 points. He's done a good job on Knuckles, but
honestly, he doesn't have to do much. He's already going to college.
So, yeah, well, that's
he's
true.
already committed. So there's nothing much he has to do.
I was just going to say Chapel Hill has done a good job, as far as not giving Knuckles a whole lot of room. It's his extra cast members that have helped today.
Right. See, that's the part of playing the game too that you like. By Knuckles, I've already committed. I know where I'm going. I gotten it out of the way. Now I can just play basketball. Yeah. I don't have to score 30, 40 points. I can actually be that guy to help my team. Everyone's going to key on me. You guys shine a little bit. I can feed off of you guys, and I'll just fill in where the team doesn't have to. And there's no point of me trying to go out there and be Superman. I can just play the game now. Yeah. Not everybody has that luxury of doing that, but in this case, he has that luxury. He's committed, and now he can just play basketball.
It's a nice luxury to have.
It's a good attack.
Oh, nice drive.
All right, let's go. Now we're running. That's a big shot.
Since we hadn't seen it yet. I guess it goes in, Corey. Oh,
see, that's the possession that I was referring to. You get it and go, and you push it up in transition. You get more opportunities to score because now you had a good possession. You miss a shot. You got a rebound. You already had guys in position to rebound. That's what you want to do. You want to create more possessions to score.
And Cameron Kelly does a great job on the offensive glass.
He really does. He's had a very good tournament.
He's sitting. He puts himself in great position. And he's had a lot of easy putbacks in his tournament. Oh, my. That was that was Brooks there with the bucket. He's got a chance for a three-point play. He's got 12.
So 43-26 with a minute 8 left.
Free throw good there. So he's up to 13. So Lane Alexander and Jeffrey Brooks combined for
Another
27.
baseline drive.
Oh, he found Cameron Kelly, and Kelly with 2 straight buckets. Good to see him getting going here.
Right. So yeah, see, okay. So you got to try. Yeah, okay. See, right there. They were right. And see what happens? The more pressure they put on the defense, the more pressure they put on the offense, they were able to get a steal. That's what happens when you trap hard. Bad possession. I don't like that. But see, the good thing is they forced a turnover finally.
Well,
the bad thing is you couldn't score in the full court. So
now they can set their press up though, still. So
yeah.
That's a good.
And then the other thing, if you're gonna come on a trap, don't come with your hands down. You're looking for a tip. You want to tip and steal the ball. There we go. Oh, wow. You called a timeout.
Timeout?
I don't know about that call, ref. Right, yeah, okay. Just for the say, like, you can't call a timeout in the midst of a steal. Come on.
Is that new rule?
Life isn't that good, man.
That new rule they put in?
Yeah, you can't do that. Like right before a guy intercepts the ball, timeout.
I'm sad they got rid of the rule where when you're on your way out of bounds, you could call timeout in the air.
Yeah, I thought that was
one. I did that a lot back in the day. Well, that's going to do it there. So 16-point lead going to the fourth, Corey.
I would say this. Are you down by 16 points? Like I said, the half court, they still can't score in the half court. And that's played in Bullards right now. They're in cruise control. They can get any shot. I won't say they can get any shot they want to at this point. And they're shooting 3-pointers and high percentage shots, and they're breaking the press. So, I mean, Bullard didn't have to do anything much at this point. They just can stay the course. But Chapel, they've got to – it's helter-skelter mode. Got to force turnovers. You got to get in the full court. You got to start making layups. I know I'm saying the exact same thing like I've been saying before, but it's came to fruition. Like, you've got to do that. At this point, that's the only option that you have. And, they've missed a lot of layups, and they've taken some ill-advised shots. And, so they've got to turn it up a little bit. But what I do, I'd probably put my best unit in there to press. But I also tell the guys, listen, you have to rebound. Like if they put up a shot, it takes a team effort to rebound.
Yeah.
There's no point of going big. I'm not going big at this point just for going big. I'm going big to rebound. But I take Huddleston out and I put in Kelly, and I probably go Trevor Brooks, and 3 other guards. And I'm saying I'm going quick now. I got to get the ball out of everybody's hands.
Yeah. Try to cut the lead in a little bit, and then maybe put some other guys back in. We'll see. Here we go. Fourth quarter.
No. It's not there.
Yeah. Got a block call that time, so it's like Huddleston's going to go to the they're going to call to the floor.
I'm saying is I wouldn't have him that far up. The layup.
So Huddleston there, the bucket for Chapel Hill.
There we go. Good steal. They just can't. I can't get it. I can't buy a basket at this point.
Man, the layups are just not falling.
Another steal. They cannot buy a basket.
Oh my goodness! There's a lid on it for Chapel Hill right now, Corey. There is a lid on the cylinder. Man.
Oh,
It's gonna be out of bounds. And
but
Bullard's dodging some bullets right now because they're
but like
giving
I
the
said
ball away.
before, but that's what you want. These are the opportunities that you want. If you're going to score, you're going to have to score in full court. You're going to have to get the ball and score it. That's exactly what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna look
That's a
back at the
steal,
film, and
right?
they're gonna see how easily they could have been really close right now in this game with these layups.
Let's see. There we go. I'm not watching film. I'm not watching. We're not watching these films. We're not watching this film. Like no, we're going straight to district. Going straight to whatever we go. We're going straight to district. Everything we did, this is just practice. All we doing is practicing at this point.
And since but it's a possible playoff matchup, because Bullard and Chapel Hill are in next to each other in the district. So
True. Well, you can save the film, but I'm not watching it right away.
yeah,
I'm just considering this is practice. Hey, we were getting warmed up. This is practice, playing against some different teams, different sets, and sometimes you play in tournaments that match up against your future opponents. If you feel as though you're probably got a good basketball team, you're probably gonna make the playoffs. We need to play against some future talent that matches that district or those foes that we may play. So sometimes you match up your tournaments like that.
Thompson there at the putback. He's got 6 now. I really think that for Bullard's side, this has got to be a probably like a Jacksonville type team with some size, some athletes. It's going to be a good kind of warm up test for them. They're going to be playing them in district. Also, they'll have Madisonville, which they're a pretty good team this year as well.
Madisonville's
lost
real
a couple
good.
of games, yeah. So both of these teams have got some district games ahead of them that are going to be pretty tough. So it's going to be interesting though that Chapel Hill Bullard both in the same district last year in Region 2. Now they're sliding down to Region 3, so it's going to be a little bit different teams they'll be playing. So
The rebound.
nice. You got to get the ball in the hoop though. Just Chapel Hill's just not putting the ball in right now. And Bullard really hasn't had it. They haven't really done a whole lot this half. But yeah, good effort there on the dunk. I like it. Like I said, I was going to say Bullard hasn't really had to. They haven't had to do a whole lot, but they really haven't done a whole lot this second half.
No, like I said, there's nothing much Bullard has to do at this point. They're just playing the game. And like I said, everything they've countered, everything the Chapel's tried to do, they've broken their press. They've turned the ball over a little bit, but they haven't on the defensive end on the ball side. They haven't done anything special. They prevented Chapel Hill from scoring in the lane, and that was another possession that which is fine. See what happens when he gets close to the cylinder. All you have to do is turn around and put the ball in the basket. But anyway, they don't have to do much. They've done everything they need to do on defense. As Coach Marlon will say, they got their work done early. They put themselves in position to win the basketball game. All you have to do is just finish it. Unless Chapel Hill goes on a barrage, they make 4 3-pointers in a row. And the other game's no different. They're blocked.
Oh.
But everything's going their way. Everything's going their way at this point. Like I said, there's nothing more that Bullard has to do at this point. Everything's going their way. They figured out the trap, figured out the press. They can score in the half court. They're outpassing Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill just the lids on the basket. Every time they got the ball close to the ceiling, they couldn't score in the paint. Even when they did press. So sometimes you win, sometimes you play the best basketball, sometimes you don't. But right now, Coach Johnson's got to find the right combination of players to execute what he's trying to get across in the game.
Yeah, much improved last year. I mean, I've seen a lot of improvement for Chapel Hill, and like I said, I did get to talk to him a little bit, and they're still getting their legs under them. They're still getting some things, I'm sure rotations and stuff sorted out. So got some time as districts here, and they should do well in district.
And right there, see that I like them getting him the ball, but you got him the ball, he's already in traffic. He's already had people. There's got to be a quicker way when they come on the offensive side. If you're going to run that set has to be done full speed, and it has to be done with the pick in mind. Set the pick so the guy's trailing, and let the offensive player establish his position, then give him the basketball. Don't let him wait and let him establish his position. Give him the basketball. Don't wait.
Free throw, good there by Cameron Kelly. He's got 5 on the net.
Found him again. Good block.
Ooh. The left-hand block by Kelly.
Kelly needs to play more.
Yeah, Kelly. I mean, of course, he may still be recovering. You know, he had this. Oh wow, that's just knuckles there.
That's what I said. He doesn't have to do anything. He can take over the game late if he just wants to take over the game late. So he doesn't have to do much.
Yeah.
It's not a good possession. So taking those shots in the teeth, you're going up against 3 people. You know, it worked out in your favor because now you're getting free throws. But dribbling the basketball and picking a lane, this ain't the NBA. It's not going to work. You need a continuity offense where you can swing it, pass it, cut, and when you cut hard. When you set a screen, you set a good screen, and you got to set up the guy that's picking the screen. So, and then you got to cut hard, but they're not cutting hard enough, and they're not stressing the defense. Bullard hadn't had to play any defense at all whatsoever. They put in the lane, and then you get a rebound, put up a shot, put in the lane, get a rebound. It's not stressing on the defense at all, and they've got to do that.
Heat check there.
Yeah. Boy, he's got a green light. He's going to shoot it.
Yeah. And this game is, it's 20 points, but it could have been a lot closer here.
A lot of coachable moments.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for right now.
And this is the thing we alluded to as well last year that we talked about covering Chapel Hill games. Learning how to win games. You know, the football team learned how to win football games this year, and they did that. And the Lumberton game, they learned how to win. If they were down, they learned how to come back and play the game and win. You got to learn how to win basketball games. You know, the chart things have got to come to fruit. You got to put together, and you got to say, this is what you don't do. This is what you do to win the games. You got to put those things together, and you got to win these games like this. Games like this in a tournament, this is when you come together as a team. You know, okay, this is middle of the ground. Nobody's at home court advantage. You know, I know we're 25 minutes from each other, back at home, but you want to basically win this game. This is a neutral ground game that you want to come out and compete hard against this team and try to get this win. And that's the most important thing about it. A lot of times it's just about winning the game. Can we compete enough to get this win and go home and win this? Because it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with us at this point. We got to compete.
Hey, congratulations. I mean, Bullard came out and played well. I mean,
yeah.
Shout out to Coach Knuckles and his staff. They really, if you go back and look at the tournament and the scores, they really didn't have anybody that played them real close.
Yeah, they dominated every game, to be honest with you. Every game they've dominated. They play good defense. They've rebounded the basketball. And most important, they shot very well. And so when you do those things, you shoot very well. It's hard to get beat. It's hard to get beaten if you shoot the ball very well.
Hmm. Shoot the ball, play good defense.
Like I said, taking from the game that we see, just a drawback. If you're Bullard, you tell your if you coach, you tell your team, listen, there's some things we got to work on, but we're getting into the district. You got a nice matchup coming up. We get into district play. Let's tighten some things up a little bit. Let's play better defense. Let's work on our rebounding, and then let's make sure everybody's good. Let's tighten up a little bit and focus, because we could be in a good playoff run. You know, Very possible. Every Chapel Hill, of course, you coach Johnson. We go right back to the drawing board. This is just practice for us. Hey, we came down here, we participated. We're still trying to get our basketball legs under us. District is upon us. I don't think that district is as tough as it was in the past. It's a good district that they're in, but at the end of the day, you still want to compete, but you also want to win basketball games.
Yeah.
Because if everyone's going to watch you, everyone's going to scout you, and coaches talk. You can't allow yourself to be beaten one way. You got to be multifaceted. Okay, if this doesn't work, we got to try this. But you got to execute in the half court. There's got to be one of the ways you win. You got to execute in the half court, and I think they'll get better. It's just something that something that we see, and hopefully they can turn it around.
So we got Bullard takes the Blue Bracket Boys Championship 54-36. Just kind of go over some stats from tonight's game. We'll start with the first place Bullard Panthers. Leading the way, that man, Garrett Knuckles, finished with 15 points. Lane Alexander, all in the first half, he had 14. Jeffrey Brooks with 13. Owen Thompson with 6. And 2 points each for Colby Hanna, Tyler Lamberth, and Drake Kress. For Chapel Hill, leading the way for them was Trevor Brooks with 9. We have Javen Mayfield with 7. Cameron Kelly and Demetrius Brisbane had 5 apiece. Tyson Berry had 4. And Kevion Huddleston had 4. So that's the way the stats came out tonight. And, shout out to Bullard. They're going to get their little trophy presentation. We'll stay here with that while they're getting awarded. I guess each team will get awarded. A great tournament, though, that's put on by Whataburger in Dallas. I'd like to, thank them for letting our East Texas teams come up, and we showed out.
Right.
To get two teams in out of there was 3 teams in this blue bracket. You had LaPointer, and then Bullard and Chapel Hill. 2 out of the 3 into the final game. I mean, it's a pretty good percentage, Corey.
And I said, if you coach Johnson, like I said, you brought home some hardware. It's a big, big step winning, getting second place in your division in this tournament. That's a big accomplishment. They came here last year, didn't bring home anything. I think they brought home third or consolation. But winning second place in this division for 3 weeks after football, this is a big accomplishment. So, you focus on the good. You know what I'm saying? You go in and focus on the good. Listen, we need more of these. You preach to your guys. We got to learn how to win these games like this, and you got to focus on getting better and better. But you got to preach that to the guys. It's a good accomplishment getting second place right afterwards, but it's only going to get tougher. So teams are going to watch the guys play, and it's only going to get tougher. So
sounds like Bullard's got a pretty good crowd there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a championship crowd. They came out and they supported. Why not? And then for Bullard, like I said before, there's nothing much I would change what I do. We tighten up some things. We came together as a team. They played against different styles of play. Chapel Hill wasn't maybe the biggest team that they played thus far in this tournament. There's some good things, there's some bad things. I thought they shot the ball very well. I thought their game plan was very sound. It's nothing that we hadn't seen before. They play Chapel Hill a foot in the lanes, we would call it. They're forcing them to make shots from the outside and not forcing and not allowing them to score in the paint. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things Bullard did. And they're number 22 in the state. I dare to say they probably cracked maybe the top 10. Some other guys have lost. So they're a sound basketball team, and we thought they would be sound anyway. So that's why we tried to come this year, either way it goes. So, but nonetheless, man, this is a good barometer for both teams, and this is something you can learn from. Both teams can learn from. So, it's nothing to hang your hat on. You got one team that just played football, other team that hadn't played. So this is it. I'm not saying they hadn't played football, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the guys didn't play football.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys that stay in the gym. Chapel Hill's pretty much whole roster came in from the football team.
Right.
And it's just a different conditioning. Different sport. You can be in shape all day for football, but you get in the gym, it's another animal. And
Winning
so
is contagious. I don't care
I'm
if it's
very
track, football, but winning is
yeah.
contagious. So
Well, I'm very proud of the way Chapel Hill and Coach Johnson, his team, played and competed. Um, I didn't know what to expect coming in this tournament because I knew there was to be some good teams and we hadn't played a lot of basketball. But overall, I think they played really well. And he's going to be pleased with it. Like you said, there's going to be some things to learn from here. But that's why you play the game, is to learn and pick up things that you've got to get better at. And I think there's going to be a lot that they can use from this game to move forward in the rest of their season. So
yeah.
We've got some games coming up on the schedule. If you missed our KMU game today, Kyle and Jeremy had one on. We're going to have a game at least one game every week with KMU, kind of a simulcast. So check that out. Corey and I are going to be popping up here and there. We're still trying to finalize some teams' games. We know we'll be back in art with doing some Art Tiger basketball. Looking at possibly doing some Chapel Hill and maybe some other teams. So we'll be notifying y'all here pretty soon about our schedule. Corey, any final thoughts? Are we going to sign off here this afternoon?
No, man, it's nothing major here. Like I said, it's good to have East Texas champion in the Whataburger tournament. We'd like to cover both teams. I'm anxious to see what the second half of the season. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I kind of like the slow telecast. This is nice.
Yeah, it's different, but it's kind of cool. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. It'll be up on our YouTube page, so if you want to go back and watch it later, it's there. Our other game from earlier is there as well. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/NETsn live. So every time we go live, you'll know about it. For Corey, I'm Bret. We'll catch you next time right here on NETsn. Afternoon, night, everyone.
East Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.